Hey kids, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Video games, kids, video games. It's time for another Wednesday evening playing some cards, man. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get this microphone out of my face. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back. This is our random card Wednesday play. So what we're doing today is we're going to go back in and start back, pick back up where we left off with cards. I'm sorry, not cards. Listen to me. GWENT, the Witcher, the Witcher card game where we left off last Wednesday. Going to pick back up from where we left off there. Been kind of looking forward to getting back into GWENT. Been watching some streamers, been reading some information, and super excited to get directly back into the game. But before we begin, of course, just a quick piece of housekeeping. The music you're going to hear in the background this evening is brought to you by GameChops.com. GameChops is a cool place where streamers can go get music for their streams and their VODs and YouTube videos and such, and put it in and use it free of charge without all the GameChops asks for is a little bit of love in return, and that's what we're doing right here. So be sure to go over to GameChops.com and check them out so you can hear and listen to some of the awesome music they have available in their library. So all that aside, we're going to jump directly into the game. So like I said, I've been super excited to get back into The Witcher. Been looking at information online, watching streamers play, kind of went back and watched my first hand and saw all the mistakes that I made. So really excited to get back in and dive back into it and see what we can do with GWENT. So for those of you watching, don't laugh at me, because this is my official. I just played through on the last stream. Like legit, just opened the game up, played through the tutorial, played a couple of games, and this is where we're picking back up from last Wednesday. So all that aside, let's get started. So we'll go ahead and play here. So we're still in standard mode. Complete the final match. So I've got one more match I got to finish up, and I guess that'll take me out of the official starting stage. So let's see how we do. So I assume it's still taking me into this would be another PvP match. I assume is what we're going into. So from some of the research that I've been doing on my own and trying to learn more about the game, is that the first hand could be as pivotal as the last hand. So let me actually pick a couple of cards here. I think I can get rid of, let's get rid of that one, and let's see, we had duplicates of those. Looks like we'll ride with what we have here. What's this one do? Okay, so I'm gonna stop there with the redraws, and we'll just go with what we have there. But what I was saying is it looks to me like winning the first hand could be as pivotal as winning the last hand, because if you win that first hand, you put pressure on your opponent to really pick it up on the second hand, and even though they might win that hand, they're exuding all their good cards they have in their hand. So I'm already behind the gun big time. He's already sitting at 9. But let's see what we can do to counter that. So after 3 turns, summon Old Spear Tip from your deck in this row to increase its base power by 6, then banish self if Old Spear Tip asleep takes damage. Summon Old Spear Tip from your deck, then banish self instead. I'm not exactly sure what that does, but it's got a lot of count to it. So, you know what? Let's see. 9. Destroy an enemy with 9 power or more. Let's go ahead and get rid of this card out here. How about that? So we'll go ahead and, whoops. So I need to, oops, stop it. There we go. All right, there we go. So drop you out, and then let's go ahead and get rid of that card. So that'll actually put us ahead. How quickly the tables can turn. How quickly the tables can turn. So let's see what kind of answer they have for that. So they got a 7, 4 behind now. So let's see if we can match it. Purify an enemy unit. I'm not real sure what Purify does. Let me see if I can remove all statuses. Well, we don't have any statuses, so maybe we should hold on that one until we were to get a Wild Hunter. Summon all copies from your unit, all copies of this unit from your deck into this row. All right. but that must be the only one that I have because it didn't give me any more. So we'll end it there. So yeah, so let's see what they got for it. So we're all tied up here. Yeah, and I think winning the first hand really does put a lot of pressure on, even as I was asking different streamers and stuff what they thought about winning the first hand. Oh, damage a unit by 5. Or we can lock the unit. Can these guys do anything? Give 1 armor to dwarves in your hand. Is that a dwarf? No, that's not a dwarf. But let's go ahead and damage it by 5. Sure. And that puts us back ahead. Right. Yeah, so winning that first hand, I think there was some mixed emotions from the streamers that I talked to about winning the first hand. The couple that I asked to see what their take. Oh wow, it just really not me. Their take on it. Let's see. Spawn frost in an enemy row for 2 turns, then replay a bronze wild card unit. Bronze wild card or wild hunt unit. Not exactly sure what that is, but damage enemy unit by 2. Oh, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that, and let's take that guy out. Right. But some said, yeah, you want to try and win the first hand if you can, because that's kind of a good strategy. Because you're right, it does put more pressure on the opponent to win the next hand. So they're going to throw out everything that they have. But others said, you know what? Don't worry about it. If you get too far behind, just go ahead and pass. There's no harm in passing off early if you need to. So we'll just kind of see how this goes. We'll kind of see how it plays out. Boost an enemy unit for the duration. If there's frost on the opposite row, let's see. Damage an enemy unit by 1. Boost yourself by 1. So let's yeah. Oh, what just happened? Incinerating trap. Okay, I have to remember that card. I have to remember that card. Incinerating trap. So that it blew me up as soon as that hit the ground. What does it do? So it damages a unit by 3, and it damages the next unit your opponent plays on their side by 5. Wow. Okay. To try to get that in my hand when I start. Hopefully, I can build some decks out here pretty soon. Spawn frost. Kind of like that spawn frost, but I think I'm gonna hold it. Purify an enemy unit. Dominance. Let's not sure what the let's go ahead and pull. Let's see, did these guys do anything else? Whenever a unit trap is triggered itself by 2, damage an enemy. Wow, come on. Let's yeah. Let's lock that guy down. Okay. And then we'll end there. So I'm already 9 behind, so I'm wondering if I should keep going even more behind now. Do I keep at him, or do I go ahead and pass? I wonder. I think I'm gonna keep at him for right now. They can use those cards. Let's see, boost an ally. Duration is frost on the opposite row. Let's throw this. Yeah, let's throw this frost out. Ooh. Both for 2 turns. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then we'll end there. Okay. Oh, he passed. So should I pass? Go ahead and pass. He went ahead and passed. I feel like I should go ahead and pass. So let's go ahead and do it. As much as I want to win that first round, I think I'm going to go ahead and pass there. I feel like the hand was getting away from me. I don't think there was... I was already so far behind, I don't think I could have won it. Here we go. Alrighty, so let's get rid of one of those. That's only one. Okay. I gotta win now. Now the pressure's on me. I have to win this round now. So let's see how we do. Alright, boost an allied unit for the duration of frost on the opposite row. Damage an enemy unit by 2. Damage an enemy unit by 2. Also spawn frost for 1 turn on that unit's row. Boost self by 1. At the end of turn, boost self by 1. Yeah, so I should, at the end of your turn, boost self by 1. Oh, that was interesting. Well, I'm not passing, because if I pass, I lose. So I'm going to beat this guy. So I'll bet that's the strategy, though. I don't, because now I've got to win, right? So let's throw something out just so I can throw something light out, just so I can win. I can really throw anything out. Now give me 6. That'll win. And then, oh no! Ah! What happened? It didn't drop! Why didn't the card drop? No! What just happened? Oh! I guess it didn't drop down, and I thought it dropped, and I ended it. I passed. Dadgummit. That was an accident. Ah! Alright, what is this? I got some sort of achievement there. Okay, so these are our daily rewards. That's ranked. I'm not sure what that's for, and our experience points. Okay. So I've got 125 experience points. Right on. I'm not sure what happened. It was touchy on the control. Alright, so let's continue. Alright. Dandelion journey begins. Follow his story by playing matches completely with Kless. Okay. Not sure what that is for. All right, now we're actually outside of the I guess outside of the tutorial entry phase, and we're actually doing something now. Okay, so there's something new in the reward book. What's a reward book? So let's view it and see. All right. Welcome to the reward book. Choose a faction tree to get started. Okay, I wonder, reward book. So choose a faction. So I started off with the monster faction. So reward from completing the whole tree. Spore, I guess. So let's go in there and see what this gives us. Go ahead and click on that, since that was our starting faction. Okay. Each tree has a sequence of rewards unlocked with keys that can be earned by playing the game. Claim one now. Okay, there's my keys. So I have 6 keys. All right, so do I just click on that, and it costs 1 key, and I get a monster keg? Okay. All right, so I've got a rewarding endeavor. So I just got a keg there. Oh, and it says I have 3 kegs. I'll check that out in a minute. All right, so I've got 5 more keys. Let's just keep walking through here. So finish 1 match in any online mode. So can I claim that? Because I've done that. Okay, you've accepted a new quest. Oh, I just accepted the quest. All right, so according to this, so complete the quest to progress in this tree. To progress in this tree, finish 1 match in any online mode. Reward for completion is I get the Winter Queen card, if I'm reading that correctly. All right, so is that all I can do? Can I do anything here? Okay, I can't do that. So I must have to complete this before I move forward. All right, so let's view that. Claim rewards from contract, rewarding endeavor. We claim that, and I'll go back and look and see what that other stuff was. Own Cyberpunk in your Galaxy library. Well, I own Cyberpunk, so did I get a Cyberpunk reward just for owning Cyberpunk? Cool. All right, so I own Cyberpunk, so it gave me a reward. All right, which is a fantastic game, by the way. It called it. Oh, and I get to pick from these. I get a title, breathtaking title. That's a cool card back though, or a samurai coin. Do I choose, or do I get all these? Oh, it looks like I get all these. Yeah. All right. What is this? Now I get another reward. It's a pretty cool reward. All right, so I got some more keys that you spend in the reward book, I assume, right? Spend a reward point, and I got that for spending. Okay, and then next, and I get 100 ore. Wonder what ore's for. Complete the tutorial. Okay. And then next. And then... poor effing infantry avatar. Trying to keep it family friendly here, but there's nothing I can do about that. Complete the mosaic for rank 30 in standard mode. Okay. Exit. We hit the poor effing infantry the other night. So I got some cool swag, I think. So how do I equip it? Do I go into the deck builder? Let's go in there. Let's go into the... I've been wanting to see the deck builder anyway, so let's see what we have in here. So, so I got some cool stuff. So here are all my decks that I have available. Let's just look in this monsters deck library and see what happens. So where do I equip? I wonder what I just... Oh, here you can add your cards to your deck and craft new ones. Okay. Oh, you can craft cards too. Cool. All right. GWENT deck library, crafting, friends, quest, and journey. Where do I look and see? Where do I look and see? Where do I change what I let's see. Let's just exit without saving because I didn't do anything. But I want to change like my card back. Anyway, I'll figure all that out later. I'm not real worried about that right now. Do I click there? No. Crafting preview, GWENT deck library. Let's go there. Oh, no, they just opened a browser window. We don't want to do that. I'll just exit. Okay, so I'll figure all that out in a minute. Oh, that keeps... If I click on stuff, it opens browser windows. We don't want to do that. So, journey, quest, friends, leaderboards. Let's see. What happens if I click up here? Ah, here's stuff. All right. Ooh, okay. What happens if I click that? Ah, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here's some card backs, I think. Monsters. Where is that cool? Avatars. Here we okay. Avatars. Here's some avatars we can change out to. So if I'm going to play a monster faction, that looks like a monster. Or there's as Gerard. Let's go. Let's do that. And then borders. Okay. And I got that cool gold border that I won. Titles. Breathtaking. Okay. So I can change. It's interesting. All right. So let's whatever. Favorite cards. Let's see. What is this? And then just trying to figure this stuff out. Anyway, so let's see. I'll come back all of this later. I'm not really concerned with that right now. I was just trying to figure out how to change the coin and the card back. It's not real obvious on how we do that, but that's all right. So let's just jump into the game. Let's go play another. Wait, I have challenges. What are my quests? Let me see what my quests are. So play 30 special cards, play 40 artifacts, and then finish 10 matches in any online mode. Journey, I have. I'm not sure what the difference between a journey and a quest is, but let's just start working on. So I've got play 30 special cards, play 40 artifact cards, and play 10 matches in any online mode. Season of the Bear. Finish one match in any online mode as a monster. Okay, I'm playing monsters. All right. So let's just get started. All right, so let's go ahead and play a game here. We'll play as monsters faction. Okay, so now it's going to go out and find us a match, right? So let's see how that does for us. I'm trying to get this. Here we are. Trying to get that microphone out of my face there. But yeah, so let's see how this goes. Hey, I got a new follower. Thanks. As soon as my stream catches up here, Bank. How you doing, Bank? Thanks for the follow and thanks for stopping by. I hope I'm not making you pull your eyes out pull your eyes out too much trying to let me for me to figure out this game. But I've just yeah, Zoli, sure thing. We'll call you Zoli. Whatever you like. Oh, something went wrong, so we counted an error while searching for opponents. So let's try that again. But this is I'm still kind of like, I just came out of the tutorial phase of Gwent. Had never played it before, so I'm still trying to figure out how to do stuff. And actually, now that I say that, I see something. So I see the change coin. I was looking for this just a moment ago, so let me actually do this real quick and I'll get back into that. I have this cool samurai coin that I just got, a cyberpunk samurai coin, so yeah, I'm excited about that. And then I got a card back, and I should have this cool card back too, right? Should I have a samurai card back? Yeah, there it is, right on. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure this game out. I just started playing it, and I'm still finding stuff as I go. So, but I'm gonna get in and play the game here in just a minute. I tried to start a game and it errored out on me. But hey, appreciate you. I hope you're doing well tonight. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a little while. So if you've never seen any of these streams, seen any of my streams before, I'm very, not only am I obviously this is fairly new to this game, but I'm also fairly new to streaming as well. I have not been doing this all that long, so I certainly appreciate the follow. I have a modest goal set for myself for 25 followers. When I first set out into this, I said, hey man, because I'm doing it for fun, and I said, hey man, if I get 10 followers, I will be happy. All right, so what does the 29 mean? I just saw 29. I know I'm not a rank 29. I just started playing. Okay, what do we get here? So we'll play our first hand modestly to see if we can, try to win it. And if we don't, no big deal. And I kind of like, it looks like it's even kill. I'm not crazy about this one right here. Well, let's just leave it. Let's finish what we got. I think we'll be all right there. Nilfgaard. Yeah. Is that the faction I'm playing against? Nilfgaard. I've seen a lot with that already. As I've been going through here, it looks like Nilfgaard is talked about a lot. So I know this one will boost me. So let me go ahead and throw something out for boost. You know what? This guy's only got one. So let's take advantage of them. Let's go ahead and boost them out. Oops. That happened to me a moment ago. I want to be sure I don't do that again. So it's giving me a hard time on the control. I'm trying to get used to the control. There we go.
Cold human insect. It won't be long now.
What is it wanting me to do? Isn't it? That must be an attack. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Now I'm gonna set some frost out. Yeah. All right. Now I should. Okay. Now I can boost them. Woo. All right. So trying to get a hang of the controls is kind of messing me up a little bit. So Zoli, I assume you play. Are you a veteran of Gwent, or hopefully you're not like me and just starting out? I assume it doesn't sound like you are if you're talking about Nilfgaard and stuff. But I'm really wanting to learn the game because it seems like it's a fun game. Damage by 5, damage an enemy unit by 2. Boost an enemy unit for the duration of frost on the opposite row. That's not mine. That's not the enemy though. I think that's going to be if it were in mine. Damage unit by 1. Purify an enemy unit. What does purify do? Remove all statuses. Okay, so if it had a status on it, or lock a unit. What does this guy do? Damage an enemy unit by 2 if it has at least 6. So he's already used it. So damage an enemy unit by 3. Yeah. Oh, cancel. It wants me to put it on the. It's not a ranged creature. Right on. Okay, I got some kind of, alright. Had a weird achievement pop up there. I guess that was for in-game achievement for the launcher, for the launcher for whoever makes Gwent, whoever made the game, which is CD Projekt Red, but they have a different game launcher. It's like a GG launcher or something like that. Alrighty. So, at the end of your turn, boost self by 1. Purify an enemy unit. Is this status that prevent units fail? Alright. And then lock an enemy unit. Nope, I don't need that right now. Damage an enemy unit by 2. Need some. Oh, damage an enemy unit by 5. Let's go ahead and take him out. Okay. Okay, so his special ability is create and play a card from your opponent's hand. Create and play a card from your opponent's hand. That's pretty. Boost self by 1 for each boosted enemy unit. I need to get rid of that guy because that's no good. Or we can lock him. Let's lock him. Let's lock him. Because he should not. I would think. As long as they should not be able to use their ability if they're locked, correct? That's a cool coin. Let's see what we get here. So I said, I did cheat just a touch with the game. I will be honest. I did cheat just a little bit, not in the traditional cheating regard. So I went. It's been a while since I had played. He just locked me. That's all right. All my abilities gone. It's been a while since I played The Witcher, The Witcher 3. Where this game, I guess, comes from, right? So I decided to go back in and play again and mess with the in-game GWENT game, just to kind of freshen my mind a little bit. Boost an ally unit by duration. Let's see. At the end of your turn, boost self by 1. Let me finish this out. Damage unit by 1. Purify an enemy unit. Those statuses are on there. Let's see. 5, 5, 4. Sure. Let's go ahead and put them out. Purify an enemy unit. Okay, so let's put that on you. I'm not sure what I just did there, but it said it got rid of all statuses. So if it had some kind of weird status, I guess. Is there something I still need to do? I guess it's because I still have my special ability over here. But anyway, so I went into The Witcher 3, and I went back into GWENT inside The Witcher 3 just to kind of refresh myself, and I realized very quickly that they're nowhere near the same games. I mean, they are. I mean, it gets there. You can tell it gets in this game and the end game for The Witcher 3. They get their roots from one another, but it's two totally different games. But it's still the same concept, I guess, right? Alright, so let's go. Damage an enemy by 2. Can I take that? Damage an enemy by 1. Increase damage for each adjacent soldier by 1. I need to try to get rid of that guy if I can. Let's try to knock him out. Oh, and it put frost on it too. Cool. I didn't realize it was going to do that. Also spawn frost for 1 turn of that unit's run. Okay. Okay. Got a pretty good lead. I got a pretty good lead right now, so hopefully I can hold on to it and take this first round. Yep, well, they just tied me up. What blows my mind, and I saw this watching some other streamers, what blows my mind is how quickly the tables can turn. You can be down to nothing, and all of a sudden, it just completely flip, and then then you're like, what just happened? Let's see. Damage an enemy unit by 2. Man, I wanted to get rid of that guy. I don't think I can now, though. Let's pull this. Oh, I guess that's not a ranged card. It won't send in the support row, which is fine. And can I do anything there? Nope. Okay, we'll end there. dig these this samurai card. It gave that to me because I own Cyberpunk 2077. So it hooked me up with those cool that little swag there.
How's it done?
Coming down to the wire. Whoa! What just happened? Where did that bolt of lightning come from? All right. Let's see. Here's what we'll do. Nope. Stop it. It says I can damage by 2. Alrighty. Got rid of that guy, and now, so he's not boosting anymore. So we can go ahead and finish up from there. What are you gonna do? You must be thinking hard on it. Let's see, what do they have in their graveyard? Can I see their graveyard? Yeah. Let's see. So I did post my my first win of Gwent, which I was really happy about. Ooh, what was that? Create and play a bronze unit from any faction. Okay. What? What is going on with the cards right now? Did he steal my cards from me? I think he did. Let's see. Boost an ally unit. Put you down. We're both running low on cards here, so it's got to be ending up finishing here before too awful long. What is my special ability? Move an enemy unit to the other row and spawn frost on its row for 2 turns. Okay, so I've got 2 of those. I can use one of those if I needed to. Well, that's for 2 turns. I don't think it'd be useful right now. Unless... Does it hurt them? Because I'm not going to have enough to win. I'm 33-1. I'm going to be 1 short. If I know I'm going to be 1 short, do I go ahead and pass and let him have it and hold my card? But he's going to have 1 card too. I say let him have it. Let's let him have it. Let's let him have it. Alright. That's fine. Let's see. Let's see where we go next. Ooh, alright. Got Geralt off the hip. Let's see. Here, let me swap you out. Hey. Sure. That's got some buff in it, so we'll just hold there. Let's just hold there. Yeah, absolutely, Zoli. I would love to have someone to play along with to give me some pointers, because obviously I need all the help I can get, right? So yeah, so I don't know how you friend people here, but I'm obviously here in the game. I'm Pushy Geoduck, just like I am here. So if you can look me up, please feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. But I did post my first my first win. Let me go ahead and put this guy out. I did go ahead and post my my first win of Gwent over on Hover. If you're not familiar with what Hover is, I don't know if it's new or not, but it's at least new to me. Hover is kind of like TikTok for gaming. for gamers and streamers and stuff like that. It's a really cool little social media platform that I've really been enjoying, and I've gotten hooked up over there. So if you're not signed up, I highly suggest you do. And and I'm going to type in so if you type in !hover into the chat there, you can go to my link there, find my hover, and if you've not signed up before, use PG Duck as your referral code when you sign up, and you'll automatically start following me when you do. So the good stuff there. All right, so damage an enemy unit by 1, increase damage for each locked unit. So we're gonna move this guy, move you to the back. I don't like you being right there. And speaking of social medias, not only did we get hooked up over on Hover, also obviously out on the Twitters and the Instagrams and the and YouTube and all those types of things. So with more content. So if you hang out on the social medias, feel free to look me up. I try to post stuff pretty regularly all around these games and these streams and things like that. So, oh, what just happened there? So I did boost myself, but I love hanging out on the social medias. I'm way too old to do that stuff, but you know what? Did he just steal my card? What just happened? How did he do that? Seizes an enemy unit with 3 or less power. Wow, okay. That just messed me up completely. Dagummit. Alright, I've got to win this hand, so I'm going to have to... I hope... that this is going to help me. I hope.
Any last words?
Ah, I won it. Woo! All right. I probably could have saved my my frost there. All right, we're hold drought. Yeah, it doesn't give me anything though, but it will damage them. I'm gonna chance it. Yeah, I hope I didn't just make a mistake, but I'll go ahead and throw it out early. Both for 2 turns. Alrighty, so they're automatically going to get hit early, right? Whenever they throw them out. What is this? In your turn, poison adjacent units and destroy self. Well, just won't put anything beside them. Okay. All right. Okay, maybe that did work out for me. What's he gonna throw next?
My duty?
Ah! Do I got enough to win it? Shucks. That's all I got. Hope that last card doesn't have more than 5 on it. What's gonna happen here? What do you got? So, I think I found how to talk to people. There we are. Well played. Ah! I lost! I lost. Okay, so there's how we GG. I lost by 1. That's not very satisfying. If I'm going to lose, I at least want to lose, with meaning. What happens if I click on this fella? Alright, so are these the cards that he used? Or what is this I'm looking at here? Oh, this is just their ranking and stuff, right? So I assume we start at rank 29, and as we lose, go down or go up. I'm not sure how that works. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of that stuff. So it looks like this this person's played a good little bit there. Rank score. Rank score is unlocked upon reaching rank 25. Oh, so you go backwards in rank as you... So it starts you at 29 and then you go backwards as you progress? That's kind of interesting. That would add a different element to it. My favorite faction so far, Zoli, is has been the monsters. Just since that, because that's kind of what I started off with inside the tutorial there. That's what I started with, and that's what seemed to be working best for me as I was. Well, it's what seemed to have been working best for me. But I don't have. If you think there one's better than the other, I'll certainly take that suggestion. Because I still have no idea what I'm doing. But what does journey mean? So it says exit or journey. So the fundamentals of poetry, boost units 30 times. I guess I didn't do that. I don't have anything on that. Is that part of the journey? It's got to be, right? So what happens if we hit journey? Let's just see what happens there. Okay, what do we got here? So... Rascal Avatar, customize the way you look by using trinkets accessible in the player profile. So I assume I've won that one already. And then unlock premium. That must be some paid stuff. What happens there? 2 reward points. Spend your reward points in a reward book to unlock additional resources. I think I've done that. Okay, so I haven't unlocked that one yet. So this is part of a journey, right? So this is just kind of a different type of story mode inside there. Okay, so let's get back in. Oh, I won my Winter Queen. All right, so what I want to do before I go into another game is I want to try to build a deck out. So I want to kind of see how all that works. Finish one match in online mode. Win the Winter Queen. What does the Winter Queen do for us? I'll see it over in the deck builder, I'm sure. So let me look at these different modes that we have here. So dual casting. That's a seasonal event. Once per turn, when you play a special card, spawn and play a copy of it immediately after. Okay, well that's kind of different. That'd be kind of weird. All right, that's kind of an interesting looking card. Play online matches to increase your level. All right. Ooh, there's a draft. Okay, so what I know about, because I play a lot of card games, that's kind of like my genre, and what I play mostly here on stream is different card games like Pokemon and Pokemon trading card game, and also cards, the World War II card game. And the reason why I say that one specifically is because it has a draft mode where you go in and build decks from all the available cards, and you go in and challenge each other. I wonder if that's pretty much the same. You just try to see who can build the best deck out, and challenge each other from there. And there's a training mode. Okay, so where did my deck builder go? Is it back? Okay, there's my deck builder. Okay, so I want to go in and build a deck out real fast. See how I do in building a deck out. So since I like monsters, or Zoli, I don't know if you have a suggestion on what a better starter syndicate would be, or a better faction, a starter faction would be. I'm probably just going to go with monsters and see if we can build a deck out from there. And it looks like you get cards as you go, and you can also craft, so that's kind of cool. So let's just start with a monsters deck, right? So we'll see how we do on there. So let me look at, we got some this is our filters over here. So I just want to see everything that I own, and then let's see, I want faction monsters, and then let's see what else we got. Card types, all units. Okay, special cards, artifacts, and stratagems. Which I'm not sure what a stratagem with no power value starts on your side. If you go first, removes self when used. Okay, all right. And then premium cards. We have premium, standard, and standard and premium. Okay, and then color, bronze. Okay, that's what it was talking about with bronze earlier. All right, so is bronze better than gold? Maybe, I don't know. And then card sets. We have starter sets, base sets, Thornbreaker. Cards can be unlocked in Thornbreaker or crafted in the deck builder. Crimson Curse, and the Crimson Curse, Novigrad, Iron Judgment. So these are from different expansions. So I didn't realize you could buy expansion packs, but I guess you can. They got to get their money somewhere, right? So I can't blame them for that. And then a crafting. So that's for the crafting. All right, so let's just build a deck out. So let's just go with monsters right now. We're going to go with what we own, and then all cards, and then all cards. All right, so now I want a new deck. I think I'm in the deck in like the starter deck. That's not what I want. I want to craft a GWENT deck library. Not what I want to do. Exit without saving. I want a new deck. Here we are. All right, so monsters faction. Okay, build your first deck. I want a monsters faction. Okay, so what is this? Basic Carapace. Boost ally unit by 3. If it's a monster, also give it Veil. Charges 3. Forces of nature. Ooh, spawn and play a woodland token, Woodland Spirit. This ability adds 15 provisions to your deck's provision units. The Woodland Spirit relic token is doomed. It has a 9 power on it. An ability triggered manually by the player. Cards with other order cannot be used for one turn after being placed in the battlefield. It spawns a card into the game, and its status that removes the unit from the game when it leaves the battlefield. So that gives a 9. That would be helpful for end game when you're trying to win. You can throw your 9 card out, and that would take it. White Frost. That's what we have on the starter ability is the White Frost. It puts 2 and 2. It puts lets you spawn the row. And I don't know if I'm a fan of that or not because it really doesn't do anything unless you throw it out early. I don't think it's really fruitful. Archaea Swarm. There's another drone. I think I saw that in the tutorial match where a bunch of monsters spawned out on one. I wonder if that's what it was. A drone, spawn a drone on an allied row, charge 5. Whenever you play an organic card, spawn drone in a random allied row. Okay. Fruits of Yggdrasil, I think is how you say that. Germachora's fruit is on an allied row. At the start of your turn, reset the ability. It's like they try to make me mess up on how I'm pronouncing stuff. But anyway, at the start of your turn, reset this ability. If you do not control any fruits, this ability adds 12 provisions to your deck. Okay. Blood Scent. Give an enemy bleeding for 3 turns. I guess that's kind of like they lose on each turn. Once all charges are used up, spawn an Amikra into your random allied row. Okay, and then Overwhelming Hunger, destroy allied unit. Then spawn the Amikra in its row and boost by the destroy unit's power, charge 2. I think I like this one. As far as being a special ability, I think that would be good to have. Let's go with that one. Let's go with the Force of Nature. Build a deck. All right, so for anyone that's just joining, just to let you know, so this is this is like my second attempt at GWENT. This is my very first deck build. Just playing some matches here just to see how we do and trying to get a hang of the game. So I'm trying to build out a deck here that will be useful. Okay, so I see some different things on here. Okay, so we've got. Have to have a minimum of 25, but we can have more than 25, hopefully, I think. So we have to have a minimum of 25, or minimum. You need at least 25 cards in your deck. Okay, you got to have at least 25. You need at least 13 units in the deck. Okay. And then a max, you cannot exceed 165 provisions. Is that the provision? Because that's the power. I know that's the power. I assume that's the provision. Yeah, okay, I see it now. So that's the max 165. So it's 10 provisions. Those are provisions. So we have to keep an eye on that. And then this is just to filter down to the power or the provision. That's the provision filter. Okay, cool. All right, so let's start with, do I have any 11s? I don't have any 11s. How about 10s? I've got some 10s. Ooh, and that's a good card to have because I've played that a couple of times. And that one, I love the animation. The animation is so cool. That's one thing I'm really digging about this game because all the other card games that you play, the animation's kind of static. That's got some, on the card. It's animated cards, kind of like Harry Potter with the moving pictures and stuff. Anyway, so let's put one of those in for sure. Oh, then it takes both of them? That's kind of interesting. Oh, I guess you can only have one of them? Maybe you can only have one of them. Okay. All right, so 9, no 9s. What do we got on the 8s? All right. So damage a unit by 1 at the end of your turn. If there is frost on both enemy rows, summon this unit from your deck to your ranged row. Once both players have passed. It's kind of situational, though, because you have to have frost on both rows in order for it to be effective. So I don't know if that's a good one to have or not, but we'll put a pin in it and come back to it. Melee, consume a unit. What does consume mean? Consume, destroy a unit and boost self by its power. So it completely destroys it. It completely destroys a unit if it has consumed, no matter what the power is. Destroy a unit and boost self by its power. If the target is in the graveyard, banish it instead. Okay. Sure. I mean, if it destroys a unit completely, no matter what. Yeah, it's only got 1 on its power though, so it's not very powerful as far as counting to your total score, but at the same time, I mean, if it takes that unit, then that's cool. All right, boost an ally. Yeah, we need some buff, certainly. So let's put both of those in there. So I got 2 of those. Okay, need some buff. I'm going to put a pin in that. Okay, and I didn't even look at this one. Damage unit by 1, damage unit by 2 instead. What's dominance? Trigger this ability if you control the highest unit on the battlefield. So that's saying if I have the highest, no matter what the card is, if I have the highest unit, the highest power unit, that gives me dominance. I guess it would be. That makes sense. And it says what? Damage unit by 2 instead. Okay. I think I like that. Let's throw that in. I'm at 123. Still got plenty to go. Put our 7s in. Remove 2 armor from all units in a row and damage them by 2. Yeah, let's do that. Damage unit by 2. Yeah, that's that gorilla from earlier. That's a pretty good card to have. And then damage unit, enemy unit by 3. And at the end of the turn, if order is not used, boost self by 1. Order is an ability triggered manually by the player. Cards with order cannot be used for 1 turn after being placed onto the battlefield. Sure. Look, I don't have that many cards to choose from, so I don't think I can really need to be too picky at this point. Okay, let's see. So, damage all units on a row by 2. Shoot, yeah, there's 2 of those. So let's throw that in. Trigger an allied unit's Death Wish ability. What's a Death Wish ability? Trigger this ability when destroyed and moved from the battlefield to the graveyard. Banished units are not sent to the graveyard. It's got 4 power on it. Let me look at some of these others in here. So immunity and thrive. What is immunity and thrive? Oops, I put it in there. I can pull it back out, I guess. Status, whereby this card cannot be manually targeted. Status, whereby this card cannot be manually targeted. That mean that the ranges can't hit it? That would be kind of cool. Boost this unit by 1 or the specified amount when you play a unit with a higher power. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And especially if it can't be hit by ranges, so we'll leave that in there. Lock a unit. Yeah, I like the locks. After 3 turns, summon Old Spear Tip from your deck to this row and increase its base power by 6. Then banish self. If Old Spear Tip asleep takes damage, summon Old Spear Tip from your deck, then banish self instead. Ooh, I think that's kind of situational. It's kind of powerful, and it has armor. Let's see. Sure. We'll leave them in there. And then create and play a bronze unit from any faction. I'm not sure what that does. I'm going to hold on that. Let's go here to our 5s. Okay. Just damage unit by 5. Yeah, I want 2 of those. That's the Frost. The Frost could be helpful, but I'm going to hold on that. So, no ability, but it does do 7. Let's put one of those in. A Harpy Beast? It looks like a dragon. Consume an allied unit. You consume, that means consume your own, but then spawn a Harpy egg in this row? Am I understanding that right? Put a pin in that one. Move an enemy unit to the other row. If the target moves a row affected by frost, damage it by 2. Hold that one. Dominance. All copies of this unit from your deck. Summon all copies of the unit from this deck in this row. Okay. We'll put those 2 in there. And they're okay. There's our Harpy egg. Spawn a Harpy and summon it to this row. Not sure what those do. Melee, consume a bronze unit in your graveyard, and then spawn Frost for 2 turns. Let's see. Melee. What is melee? This ability can only be used while on the melee row. Okay, so it can only be used in the front row. Well, that's okay. It's only 1 though. But I guess it could be helpful, like on your first hand. So yeah, so sure. Let's put them in. We'll put you in too. And then I think I like the dragon. I'm a little concerned though that you have to consume an allied unit. And then bonded spawn a Harpy egg in this row. So does the dragon come from the egg? Am I understanding that right? I think. Okay. Well, let's put one in. And then we'll put one in. How about that? Let's just see what it does. We're just kind of testing things out here. Okay, we'll put a pin in those and come back to it. Let's look at these 4s. Ooh, there's a bear with 6. Reset an allied powers unit. If it's a bronze unit, replay it instead. So you can reset its power. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's put that in. And then I got a big bear with 6. I'm getting down, I'm getting close though. I've only got 13. I need to be careful about what I'm doing there. Summon all copies of this unit from your deck in this row. If I do 2 of those, that takes me down to 8. Do I want to do that? And if I did a bear, then I would only have 4 left. Let's see. I don't care for this. I don't think that did anything for me. Spawn a base copy of this unit and summon to your row. Boost an allied unit for the duration of frost. Too situational. At the end of the... Yeah, I like that one. So I need to be careful here. Damage an enemy unit by 2. Also spawn frost for 1 at the end of on that unit's row. Let's see. Boost an enemy unit by the boost an allied unit by the duration of frost on its opposite row. So I basically only have like 2 more I can use. Put in here, so I need to be careful. Damage an enemy by 2. Sure. Now I've really only got 1 more I can put in. Let's put this bear in with 6. Okay. And I don't have anything else. Alright, so that's all I got. So let's try my very first deck out. Can I rename it? Okay, cool. Now let's just go. Whatever. Monsters are something clever, right? All right, so let's just see how we do with this hand we just played here. All right, so save and exit. And let's go back and let's play this. Let's play this new deck. All right, I'm excited for it to be. I'm just getting kicked here. It won't reconnect.
Taking up at ease. Would you like an arrow to the head instead?
There we go. Okay. I think the stream's back. I apologize if for those of you who's been getting kicked off. I'm not sure if it's a local internet issue or if it's a Twitch issue, but some serious buffering issues are happening right now. So do apologize about that if you're catching errors in the stream. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there, but hopefully it'll sort itself out here momentarily. But anyway, so let's. Yeah, so that should deal this. But he's got a. There we are. Yeah. So, but that had a armor on it. So let's see what they're gonna do next. Let's see what they're gonna do next. Yeah. So certainly some network errors going on right now. So again, I'm not 100% sure what's happening. It's probably my local internet connection because my local internet has a tendency to freak out from time to time. But yeah, so that's all right. We'll work through it. Hopefully it'll sort itself out here and things will get back to normal. But if you miss it, everything will be hopefully, if it doesn't completely kill the feed, we'll be back. All this will be back on YouTube a little bit later this afternoon, as long as it doesn't wipe out the entirety of the video. Let's see. So let's lock. Actually, I want to take you out. Damage all in a row, boost, and then can I? Let's just put them right there, and then we'll end the turn. I want to take this one out. But not sure if I'm gonna wait for a minute before I do. And again, for anyone who is getting kicked out there, I apologize. Some serious buffering issues just started happening. I'm not sure if it was on my local side or if Twitch is having some sort of an issue. But things freaked out there for a minute. But it looks like things are settling back down now. So I appreciate those who are here. I always appreciate you being here, no matter what. But appreciate you being here regardless, and coming back in with the buffering issues that were happening there. But it looks like maybe things are settling back down now. So I appreciate your patience on that. But looks like we're on the. I'm not sure how much of it you were able to see, but we're on the second round right now, and they just passed with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I just need 4 to get to tie it or get ahead of it. So let me just throw. This guy out and lock him down. And so that should put me ahead. I end it, and then I pass it, and I should win the hand, win that round. Unless they passed, so they should not be able to. Oh no, they didn't pass either. Okay, I thought they passed. I've been trying to keep up with everything that's going on with the bitrate issues that we've been having, with the buffering issues we're having and things, and looks like it's starting back up again. But yeah, so I was trying to pay attention to that and deal with this too at the same time. But we'll pay attention to what we're doing here. We'll just pay attention to the game. Remove all armor. Nothing has armor. Damage all units in a row by 2. So that'll take out this one and this. Well, it'll take out that one for sure and take that one down to 4. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. There we are. And then we will end out from there. End out from there. Okay. I saw something in the news, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not, but I saw something in the news that there was a big solar storm that was coming through that could start affecting networks and things like that. It might be more conspiracy theory than it is anything else, but hey, maybe that's part of what that's what I'm going to blame it on. That's what I'm going to blame it on. All right. Let's say all copies of this deck from your unit to your row. I should have another one out there. Should have another one of those. Let's throw it out and see what happens. But apparently I don't. I guess it needs to be directly inside my hand. I only had one there apparently. Okay. What is in there? But I have been having some problems with my network card on my machine lately. So I have a really strong Wi-Fi connection, so I'm running Wi-Fi. I know I should probably be running wired, but to run some wires would be an absolute pain for me. But I think I'm going to make it happen one way or the other, just to kind of alleviate some of those Wi-Fi issues that I do have from time to time, especially with what I'm having going on right now, because for some strange reason my network card, my Wi-Fi card, wants to flip. Wants to flip over to the 2.4 gig band. I think I might have already mentioned that. It wants to flip over to the 2.4 gig band versus the 5 gigahertz band, but that's supposed to be on. And so I thought I had it fixed. I don't think that's the issue again. I believe there's something going on locally with the network on my end, for my local area network. Technology, what can you do? Let me start buffing these guys up. I'm having a hard time here. Keep you alive. Keep you alive. Okay.
Do not mince words.
Yeah, locked them down. Don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up from this. I'm good ways behind. Reset an allied unit's power. And move them to the... Oh, we'll leave them in the back row. I guess it doesn't really matter. And I don't believe I won that one either. Nope. Gotta win a hand. Gotta win a hand. Come on, come on. Well, GG, I'm out though for sure. That was a good game. And we'll finish the game out from there. Exit. We're gonna try one more hand, and with the issues that I'm having here, It's kind of distracted me. That's what I'm going to blame it on. The network issues I'm having are distracting me. So maybe my deck I built wasn't very good. So let's go back to the starter deck and see if I have any luck with that instead. So let's try that again. Let's try the starter deck again. Maybe it was the deck that I built out that wasn't playing well, and that was the first deck that I built. So I can't get too excited about all that. Yonder Trout. All right, I go first. I like going first because I get my tactical advantage. So let's pull one of those guys out. And we'll leave that one in, and we'll finish redrawing from there. Yes. Okay. All right. And then let's go ahead and... Is that damage? Yeah. Oh, cancel. And we'll go ahead and boost them up. All right. I certainly hope the network issues have sorted themselves out. It seems like it's settled back down, but it's like it's bouncing. Okay, and let's see what we're gonna do here. 8-5. Let's see. That one, yeah. Let's lock that fella.
I do not mince words.
Okay. Oh, I guess I gotta end the turn, don't I? All right. Let's see, okay. What are we gonna do? Let's see. So let's go ahead and let's pull this one out. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So greatly apologize for all the network issues we're getting this evening. Gonna get that sorted out. Not exactly sure what's happening right now, as to why it's buffering out so bad on me. But this will probably be the last hand anyway. So we were getting ready to wrap it up, but certainly do apologize. I guess it happens that way sometimes. Whenever you need to rely on your network, it lets you down. Oh, this is me. All right, so we're gonna try to win this one. If nothing else, it needs something. It needs something. I need some sort of a win tonight. Something. Let's see. Okay, so they passed. They passed. I'm ahead. Let me go ahead and pass, and that will take the round. Right. That will take the round. Yeah. So greatly and appreciate that those have been hanging in throughout the issues that I've been having this evening. So it certainly do appreciate it and apologize for it. But yeah, it looks like my network's really wanting to give me a hard time this evening, and trying to get it sorted to see what end it's on. But again, we were getting ready to wrap it up anyway. This was going to be the last hand, regardless. So let me go ahead and so I've got the first match won. Really need to try and win this last round. Let's put it on both. Okay.
Corpses overboard. Live ones to the cage.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what they're gonna do here. Damage all by 2. And then we'll end there. Okay. Let's see, what are you gonna do? And this is the Frost row. So Frost for 2 turns. When he puts some folks on the backfield in the range row, I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of those Frosts out.
When the white frost comes, the world will at last be cleansed.
Alrighty. Let's see. Damage an enemy by 2. I can go ahead and take out. Go ahead and take out. Let's take out one of these horses. Yeah. End it from there. Oh no! Wiped out my whole row almost. Goodness gracious. Might go ahead and, you know what? Let's go ahead and put this out for 4 turns. Oh, no, that's the other card that does that. I kind of wish I hadn't have done that now. That's alright. And I might do it again with this white queen, the winter queen here. let's move him back. And then we'll go ahead and pull you out. Oh, cancel as a range. It wants it in the melee range. Melee. There we are. That's all I got though, and he still has his frost to play yet. See, what are you gonna do? My turn. This is all I got left, but that's gonna tie him. He's got 2 cards. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. There's no way I can win it. Alright, gotta take this last round though. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll leave that one. I think this is probably the only one that I'm going to trade out. Or let's see, boost ally unit duration is frost. Give me something good. There we are. Those are some couple 3 heavy cards. Tied up. Let's see what we can do. As hopefully the stream will stay stable for the remainder of the game.
There is no escape. Go on. Show me what this toy you wield can do.
Let's see what we can do. Ouch. Well, how does this thing work? All copies of this unit from your deck to this row. Why would it... Oh, I guess it's only if I have dominance? I guess it's only if I have dominance. So for those who are joining in and who have not been with me, number one, I'll go ahead and apologize. I'm hitting some streaming error issues here. Oh goodness, I'm already down to 2. He's gonna take me on this round. I'm gonna lose it. But hitting some errors this evening with the stream. It has not been stable at all. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. But this is I'm still very fresh into the GWENT the Witcher game. This is just came out of the tutorial phase. Been playing through a couple of hands. Built a deck out, didn't do very well, and trying to finish up, which will be our last hand of the evening. So I do again really want to appreciate everyone hanging out this evening, and I appreciate the patience for those of you who have been around all evening and sticking with me through the technical issues that I've had, but it's been fun otherwise. Outside of that, so thanks for all the new follows that came through this evening. I appreciate all the advice that was given as we went through this, but unfortunately I did lose my last hand here. I was hoping for a W there, but didn't quite get it. But with all the issues that I am having, I think that's probably a good start.